And we're back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our fourth segment, which is going to be talking about Jerimiah Estrada for the San Diego Padres and his overall performance so far for the San Diego Padres. Now, Jerimiah Estrada kind of came out of nowhere. This is a guy who just was a regular reliever for the Cubs for the past 2 years. Not really anything extraordinary. Just was a regular guy. Did end up going on waivers for the Cubs and was picked up by the Padres, which is how we did end up getting here. And since then has absolutely taken off. I mean, you look at this guy last year with the Chicago Cubs. You know, it really wasn't anything extraordinary. Had a 7 ERA. Had some good strikeout numbers, but also walked 10 people per 9. So I think that's not showing really anything too crazy with him. So having this guy just come out of nowhere for the Padres and be absolutely insane has been really incredible to watch and really exciting to watch. I mean, right now, Estrada in 16 innings has a .55 ERA, a 1.23 FIP, and a WAR of .5. Now, I think overall, this guy is a really, really great player and is becoming a really, really great reliever for this Padres team and a big part of their bullpen and what they're doing here for this team. Now, you look at his stats again, 16 K per 9, .55 home runs per 9, and the walks per 9 is down from last year in the MLB when it was 10.13 to now it is 2.20. So that's really, really great. His left on base percentage is 100%, so he's 100% of the people he has left on base, he has not allowed to score. So that is really great. His expected ERA is under 2. His expected FIP is under 2. His FIP is under 2. So obviously he's not just some flash in the pan. I think he's proving to be a really, really great reliever and is proving to be a guy that could potentially be a big part of this Padres bullpen for the years to come. Now, again, my overall thoughts on him is that he's really, really great. I haven't even talked about the main reason why I talked about him was because he has struck out 13 straight batters, which, of course, that by itself is incredible. But what makes it even more incredible is every single one of them has been swinging. None of the batters he has struck out have been called strike 3. None of that. It's been him striking them out with his pure stuff. They went down swinging. That shows how incredible this guy's stuff is and really just how great he has been doing. I think that this is going to be a big piece of the Padres in the future and is really going to end up helping this team. I think their bullpen does need some help. Obviously, you have Robert Suarez in the closer role, but he's not the greatest. He's kind of shaky sometimes. Obviously, you lost Josh Hader in free agency. So I think having a guy like Estrada just kind of come out of nowhere and become a really lockdown reliever helps this team a lot. This is a Padres team that has struggled with pitching throughout the years, and especially this year. And having a waiver claim guy become this good is a really good sign for this bullpen and just a really good sign for this team in general, and is doing a really great job. Now, I think we see this a lot in baseball nowadays, though, kind of people like a Jerimiah Estrada, a waiver claim out of nowhere from a team that sees something in a player, finally harnesses it, and finally gets it out of them and gets them to their potential. Now, a lot of the time, it is former pitching prospects who transition to relievers and become really good. I think we're seeing a lot of that nowadays in baseball because we have so much analytics, we have so much statistics that we have access to, that we're seeing that, okay, this guy, he has 1 or 2 really great pitches, but after that, not much. I don't think he can profile as a starter, but hey, if we can make him into a 1 or 2 inning reliever, he's going to be locked down. We're seeing that a lot in baseball. I think that was started by the Dodgers, by the Rays, teams like that, high teams with a lot of analytical basis for their decision making, and it's now all around baseball, of course. I mean, we've seen this a lot but nowadays. So I think Estrada isn't really a new case of kind of coming out of nowhere and being a lockdown reliever, but he's done a really, really great job and has helped this Padres team a lot. I think when you go to the back end of this bullpen now for the Padres, you're scared. You see Jerimiah Estrada, you're like, oh no, this guy's going to embarrass me and strike me out looking. And I think at this point, he has done a really, really great job and has been a really great pitcher for this Padres team. Now, overall, when looking at the Padres, there are still a lot of concerns about this team. I mean, of course, I think when healthy, they're the third best team in this division. I think the Diamondbacks still are better. I understand that that might be a hot take still, but I'm standing by my team, and I still think they're better. The Giants are currently in second in the NL West. Actually, they just beat the Phillies in a good win yesterday, so that was something that is good. But other than that, I'm not really a big believer in the Giants, and not really a big believer in that Giants team. I think that overall there isn't really anything too great about them. I think that I think that overall their offense really is just struggling. I think that this team really is just too up and down for their own good. I'm not really a big fan of this Giants team, to be perfectly honest. And I think the Padres are better. I think the Diamondbacks are better. The Diamondbacks have been hit hard with injuries, which is, I think, the main reason why they're not doing great. So, yeah, if I'm a Padres fan right now, I still have a lot of concerns about my team, and I still have a lot of things I'm worried about. And looking at the scope of the NL, I think there are a lot of teams better than you. Phillies, Braves, Brewers, Cubs, Dodgers, potentially Diamondbacks. So there's a lot of teams going to be fighting for that sixth spot, and will it end up being the Padres? I don't know. There's a lot of young talent on this team, yes, but at the same time, how great are these guys going to end up performing, and how great are they going to end up being for this Padres team? It's going to be something very interesting to watch, and something very interesting to see overall. So, yeah. But overall, on Estrada, very exciting for him. I'm always excited when a guy who kind of maybe he's hit the wall for his career has found a new way of lengthening his career and becoming a great player again. So very happy for him. I think he's done a great job with the Padres and has been a really, really good player. So props to him, and props to the Padres for knowing what to do with him. I think that's another thing here, is that it's not just the player, it's going to the right organization. And the Padres obviously knew what they were doing with him when they utilized him. They saw he had great stuff, saw his good fastball, saw his off speed, thought we can make something out of this guy. We can do something with him. And again, they did a really good job. And I know they get a lot of flack for people who think they run themselves and only the show team trading for every star, but they did the little things right, and this is one of those things nowadays in baseball. Props to them. Really good job. And yeah, very excited to see Estrada's future. I think he can end up being one of the best relievers in baseball. I think he's shown that, and really, really excited to watch him, and really, really excited to see what can end up happening here for him and for this Padres team overall. Yeah, very, very exciting to see, and a really interesting storyline as we go into the rest of the season. So yeah, that is our fourth segment here, talking about Jerimiah Estrada for the San Diego Padres. Moving into our fifth and final segment, which is going to be talking about Ryan McMahon and some trade rumors that have currently happened with him and the Colorado Rockies. So yeah, we'll be going over that, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks, and bye.